Lots of 49ers fans expect Jimmy Garoppolo to have an MVP-worthy season in 2020. And he may, but he's going to need Trent Taylor's help. Remember that slot receiver who didn't play at all in 2019? Yeah, that guy. Why? Well, because Emmanuel Sanders is gone. He's on the Saints now, and his replacement is a rookie, Brandon Ayuk. The Niners drafted him in the first round. He's going to have to learn all of the 49ers' complex offensive terminology, and it's going to take him a while. Sanders knew all that stuff when the Niners traded for him at the deadline last season. He came from the Broncos, whose offensive coordinator, Rich Gangarello, came from the 49ers and was using Kyle Shanahan's offense. Ayuk comes from Arizona State, which was not using Shanahan's offense. He's going to have to learn it, plus he's not going to have OTAs or minicamp to practice with Jimmy Garoppolo and build chemistry, so it could be November at the earliest before Ayuk is really helping the offense. Remember, it took until about November for Deebo Samuel to come into his own last season, and he had the benefit of an entire offseason. Plus, he was coming from the SEC, the best conference in college football. Ayuk's coming from the Pac-12. Could take him a while. Sure, the Niners still have Deebo Samuel and Kendrick Bourne at wide receiver, and they're good, but that's not enough for Jimmy Garoppolo to win the MVP next season. He needs a third threat at wide receiver like he had last season in Emmanuel Sanders, and that's where Trent Taylor comes in. Trent Taylor missed all of last season with foot injuries. He was hurt most of 2018 with back injuries, had lots of surgeries. He's 5'7" and he's very small. His body has tended to break down in the NFL, but when he's healthy, he's terrific, and Jimmy Garoppolo trusts him. That's the key. They played together in 2017, built instant chemistry the way Garoppolo and Emmanuel Sanders did in 2019. Garoppolo missed most of 2018. Then they come in 2019 for training camp, and once again, right away, Trent Taylor was Garoppolo's favorite target. Not George Kittle. Trent Taylor led the offense in catches during training camp. Those two picked up exactly where they left off. They're like best friends who hadn't talked for a year, but instantly on the same page. That's why Taylor is so key this year. No OTAs, no minicamp, no opportunity for Jimmy Garoppolo to build real chemistry with the young guys like Jalen Hurd, Brandon Ayuk, Jawan Jennings. Forget Dante Pettis. Seems like Jimmy Garoppolo wrote him off a long time ago. But he trusts Trent Taylor. So in this crazy offseason with the global pandemic and abbreviated practice times, Trent Taylor can give Jimmy Garoppolo that third threat. If Trent Taylor can just stay healthy for 2 months, September and October, he can be the bridge to Brandon Ayuk. He can be the third threat until Brandon Ayuk is ready to take that role and become the player they want him to be. If Taylor can't stay healthy, then the 49ers might feel at the trade deadline that none of their young wide receivers have stepped up and shown that they can be a quality player on a championship team. They might feel they need to make another trade for a veteran wide receiver like they did last year with Emmanuel Sanders. And remember, the Niners already traded their third-round pick in 2021 for Trent Williams. Would they trade their second-round pick for a wide receiver if they had to? I bet they would. But they won't have to if Trent Taylor stays healthy. And that's why he's absolutely essential to the 49ers next season.